You have. It's requested most kindly to be here. You must come up with very stiff penalties that are deterrent, especially to the brewers and the peddlers. The people who are making these illicit brews and those who are doing wholesale and those who are transporting. You must come up with very punitive penalties, both in terms of fines and imprisonment terms. Number two, you may want to consider what to do with vehicles that are impounded, transporting drugs and illicit alcohol within your county. You may want to consider that those vehicles are forfeited to the county government so that it's deterrent. And don't leave it to the county government alone. Bring in the county commissioner. Bring in the county police commander. Bring in the people from the DCI. Bring in NACADA. Bring in church people. By law. By law. Don't leave it to the governor. By law. Bring in men and women of integrity in the liquor licensing court. Then don't allow the nonsense that is going on, that licenses are issued throughout the year. It has never happened. Licenses were issued once a year. Once. And it was a serious affair. People are given 2 or 3 weeks to apply. Vetting takes another 2 weeks. The licenses are issued, and there was a mechanism for appeal. Chapter closed. Those licenses, they work for the whole year. We must go back to that, because that is a problem we are having. In some counties, just getting the receipt to apply to be considered is a license. That is what is happening in Kiambu. And since the county wants revenue, as long as you can afford what is being required, you just pay, you start. Receipts cannot be a license. A receipt is an application for consideration. So you people must come out with a law that clearly spells out the mechanism of issuing a license. And that liquor licensing court, it must be vetted by the county assemblies. Watch our end vetting. So that we have men and women of integrity. Again, you must create a mechanism of impeaching them. And you must lower the threshold. Let it not be 2/3. Equal 50+1, simple majority. So that if people become rogue, the assembly can remove them. You need to look at the wines and spirits. Those are the most notorious. You want to ask yourself, why do you want wines and spirits that are selling intoxicating products? Do you want to allow them to operate throughout? Why don't you regulate them? Why don't they open for a few hours after work? Why do you want them to sell from morning? Because these are the people selling people sachets. They are the ones who are selling this to our school children. And you must also come up with a very heavy penalty for anybody caught selling alcohol and those things to school-going children and minors. Very heavy penalty. So that ukiamua kuuzia mtoto wa shule, you know what it means. It must be very heavy.